Most people are willing to go to any extent to not have to face ridicule from society, wear certain clothes, behave a certain way, cross the Atlantic in a rowboat if they have to win the respect of their hive. They have no concerns, however, about not having to face ridicule from divine, whatever they are doing in order to enhance their self-image in society system is hilarious, ridiculous, from divine perspective. They can't be bothered as they have no concern for their soul or after death state. If they decide to align with divine, they will surely feel ridicule from the unholy society system. A straightforward choice. Yes, PT is so gracious to explain everything so clearly. So, the more pretentious a place is, the more ridiculous they're willing to be, and nowhere could possibly be more pretentious than California. I think if people you don't like or agree with are coming out of a certain place, like it's worth looking into what's wrong with that place. Like it really does take an avatar of divine to not be influenced whatsoever by their environment or surroundings. And I just admire that so much about PT. Like, I can only bow down to how epic that is. Like I have these ideas that, like, I should hold myself to that standard. Like, I should be completely objective, 100%, like, not influenced by my own subjective circumstance or identity whatsoever, not one drop. But I fail at that so many times, so I can only bow down to someone who does meet my standards for respect and intelligence. Like, it's just so amazing here to have someone setting that standard when everyone else is running far, far away from that. Like, it's just so impressive. Like, I've never seen anyone take themselves out of the equation as much as he does. So, right. So, there are a lot of ideas in the world, right? Like, democracy is an idea, and in some places, it works tolerably, but only because people can tolerate quite a lot. And in other places, it's just straight out a disaster. Like, Hitler and Hamas can be elected in a democracy. So, the idea matters, but it matters even more, like, who's implementing it. Like, communism, could be used to, like, share resources in a small village or something, but it can also kill, like, be used to commit genocide, or like, the Bible could be used to rationalize genocide, but it could also be used to rationalize being an alcoholic. So, yes. So there are certain ideas, I think, that work sort of okay in other places, but when they are implemented by ultra pretentious people, they become a total fucking disaster. I don't imagine that, like, a medieval dungeon would be more torturous than dealing with a lot of stuff in my home state. And it, not because of the ideas, which they're not wonderful, but it's not their fault. It's because of the pretentiousness with which they are implemented. So, yes, the whole situation is totally ridiculous. And yes, now there's like a huge population that wants to commit genocide on whoever thought of those ideas, because they like can't take responsibility for their own state and how people at their own level enacted those ideas as a form of torture. The whole thing is just basically a mess. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. And it's like, what a relief to have the opportunity to put attention on a being that makes sense and, and isn't a joke. Like, wherever you look, things are just like this ridiculous joke that might turn deadly, and only divine, only putting attention on divine is helpful. Like, it makes all the difference. It's like so great to have a role model who's so sane, just a being in this world who is entirely sane. You can admire in a non-ironic way. Actually beyond it all, like beyond all the strife and messiness. Like, he's such a miracle, like so gracious to provide a way out.